Hello. Before we start the video, I'd like to tell you that I shall be referring to the cards as their box number, set number and their actual name, for ease of searching the cards and avoid confusion. As an example, I shall be referring to the card on the screen as BT5007 Agumon. Let's head into the video. Let's talk about the cards themselves and what their symbology means. All the cards in your main deck have a cost associated with them, as you can see in the top left corner. This is the memory cost you must pay if you want to play them directly from your hand. What's memory? It's this game's resource. Like Magic the Gathering's mana system. More on that in a later video. Each card will have one of 7 colors: red, blue, yellow, green, black, purple, or white. You can think of white as being a neutral color, like the colorless in Pokemon and in Magic the Gathering. Some cards can have more than one color, like this BT4017 Rise Greymon. His effect makes him be treated as yellow during your turn, although his original color is red. So, in your turn, he's red and yellow, on your opponent's he's just red. Digi-egg cards. They have their own deck. They have their own area in the field, the breeding area, and they have their own dedicated phase in the game, the breeding phase. Digi-eggs do not leave the breeding area until they've reached level 3 or higher. You can raise their levels by digivolving these Digimon into other Digimon during your main phase. Think of them as being in kindergarten. They don't get to go to actual school until they've grown enough. Digimon Cards. Besides their play cost, they also have a Digivolution cost. As you can see in this small circle below the play cost. This circle tells you which color they should Digivolve from, the level of the Digimon below them, and how much memory you must pay to Digivolve. Take this ST103 Agumon for example. He can only Digivolve on top of a level 2 red Digimon, like this BT5001 Koromon. And you would pay 0 memory to play it. But if you played him directly from your hand, you would have to pay the 3 play cost. On the other end of the card, you have their DP amount. As of filming this video, although their numbers go into the thousands, there's nothing that makes your Digimon go into the hundreds mark, meaning your Digimon will always have thousands of DP, 1000, 5000, 15,000, but never 500 or 700 DP. DP is important because it's simultaneously the Digimon's attack and HP. When 2 Digimon clash, whichever has the highest number wins, as simple as that. Digimon can have effects. You can tell this by the box on top of their name. Effects can be permanent, or only activated under certain conditions, like when the Digimon gets Digivolved, or when it's in a specific phase of the game. Digimon card game uses a lot of keywords like other card games. But you needn't to worry about them because the cards come with their meaning printed in them. If the Digimon does not have a box on top of their name, this means they have no effect on their own. You can tell your Digimon's level by the number next to their name. And their name isn't their unique identifier, the ID is. Their name is there to help you identify the card, and some card effects will reference Digimon names. Like this BT5010 Greymon. If this Greymon is Digivolved on top of an Agumon, you gain 1 memory. Any Agumon that meets this Greymon's Digivolution requirements would do, allowing you to have more options. Finally, the box at the very end of the Digimon card is their inherited effect. Your Digimons may or may not have them, as you can see in the screen. This depends on how that card with that ID is designed. Visually, if the Digimon does not have an inherited effect, the box under their name will be either empty or won't exist at all. A good rule of thumb is that level 6 or higher Digimon that don't have inherited effects won't have the box either. We can see this by comparing this BT5016 War Greymon against this BT5069 Black War Greymon. Because War Greymon has an inherited effect, it has the inherited box, and because Black War Greymon doesn't have an inherited effect, the box was removed altogether. Inherited effects are only relevant when your Digimon gets Digivolved into another one. Let's go back to the ST103 Agumon for an example. This Agumon is a simple Digimon with no effects, but if we Digivolved this Agumon into another Digimon, like this ST105 Birdramon, also a simple Digimon with no effects, this Birdramon would now have 6000 DP during your turn as opposed to the regular 5000 DP, thanks to the Agumon's inherited effect. Tamer Cards. Tamer Cards go into the battle area but do not battle nor block. Instead, you use them for their effect, so they stay in the far back of the battle area. They do not have DP nor a Digivolve cost. They're just there, on the field, doing their thing. You can think of them as continuous spell and trap cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! They're doing whatever their effect allows you to do. Option cards. They're this game's spell cards. They're designed and written the same way as Digimon effects, so it's easier to understand. Option cards can only be played if you have a Tamer or Digimon in either the battle area or breeding area with the same color as the option card. This is called a color requirement. Digimon in your breeding area count towards your color requirements. Let's take the ST113 Shadow Wing as an example. Shadow Wing requires a red Tamer or red Digimon to be in play before you can activate it. You also must pay its memory cost to play, and then you can perform whatever effect the option card you played allows you to do. If you think you could use more information or that this video format wasn't satisfying enough, I strongly recommend downloading the tutorial app for your smartphone, available on both Android and iOS. Or you could check out Bandai's official rulebook. Links down in the description below. Thanks for watching.